Daddy.
Castora, the land of no return. Its name whispered among Tyrian seafarers. The island has remained a mystery for decades. The magical barriers present here, like the ones I mentioned in my previous video about the Vault Dispatch, have made the location nearly invisible. In fact, the magical barriers found on Castora are so powerful that Sylvari castaways were spared the call of Mordemoth.
And you've been out here, what, 10 years?
15. Sailed west from Ratassoon, between the tip of Maguma and the Ring of Fire. Once I hit Castora, I sailed south along the coast until I ran into the barriers.
Fascinating. How did you manage during the call?
What do you mean?
Mordemoth, the jungle dragon? Surely you... Unless... The magic wards, the barriers... They must have shielded you.
When we first arrive here, we encounter the villagers of Hallgarden. And as Westergaard describes it herself, folk here are hard as nails. Took the bits and pieces of our former lives and built a home. Most of us try and help each other out, but some ain't got care for anything outside themselves. Do our best to keep it civil, but it ain't easy. But Hallgarden houses not only castaways and misfortunate adventurers, but also lost loved ones. And as the sun sets over Castora, our journey begins with a message in a bottle. We investigate it further. To my love, I know you can't read this, but at the suggestion of a new friend, I'm writing my feelings on paper and casting them out to sea. The chance this reaches you is slight, I know. But the small comfort that it might find your remains soothes my aching heart. It has been 259 days since our fateful voyage, since the storm. A whole, agonizingly slow 259 days since you were taken by the ocean. Now, all I can do is wish to go back in time, to be able to pull you from the tumultuous sea. Your voice rings in my head, telling me it's not my fault. Still, I can't help but feel it is. There had to be something different I could have done. And while I miss home, I don't long for it as I do you. Even given the chance to go home, I'd stay here just to be close to you. Going back would just start a heartbreak all over again. Forever grieving you, Lila. It would seem that our character is moved by the words of this grieving lover, Lila. We decide to return the letter to its sender, and where better to begin our search than in the nearby village of Hallgarden. While looking around the ground level, we find nothing of interest. However, gazing upwards, the collection icon catches our eye. We head towards the upper levels. Here we find Lila, and during our conversation, she asks us to take that where I intended it to go. She wants us to locate the remains of her lost lover. According to her, they should be just offshore, and we should be able to find a sword nearby in order to confirm our findings. We accept and depart. However, before we leave, some of you might have noticed a peculiar woman sitting on a throne of gold behind Lila. Naturally, we ask her how she has acquired such wealth on an island like Castora. She answers that she traded her old bar for it. She describes the individual who bought it as thorny? Hmm, strange. We find remains just offshore and deliver the letter to its intended receiver. When we return, Lila has found new company in a woman called Amy May. We learn that she has been helping people, that grief's one thing that ain't in short supply in Hallgarden.
It's, it's hard. And, well, she suggested the letter to help me move forward.
You took a big step. I know it's been tough, but you hit this square on the head. Ought to be proud of yourself, girl. Now, this is the newcomer you were telling me about? Amy May. Not sure how wise I am. Just want to help people is all. Not unlike you, I gather. Seems you've helped a lot of people around here, Lila included. Plenty more could use your help, if you're willing. Grief's one thing that ain't in short supply in Hullgarden. Most of these folks aren't up to the tasks that need doing. Hurt, afraid. You, though, I reckon you can help them, yeah? If you want some more info, holler. Or go chat up the people who could use your help. You'll see them around.
But Castora is a dangerous place, and most of these people aren't up to the tasks that need doing. In an attempt to find a solution, Amy May asks us if we could help these people find closure. We accept her offer and begin searching for these grief-stricken castaways. First on the list is Castaway Hookthorn. This shard tells us about a lost friend of hers, Harvey. He considered himself a pirate of sorts, and Hookthorn wishes for us to send his friend off with a little gold. The ones grieving in Hallgarden are indeed many. An Asura wishing for candles to be lit at her parents' grave, or a Shar hoping her friend's song will reach her in the afterlife. They each have their own request, like leaving flowers at graves or delivering a skipping stone to the armor of a lost friend. It's funny how something as simple as a video game can remind us how difficult life can be. How everyone around us has their own struggles, challenges and hardships. And perhaps more so, how we should reach out to those who are unable to overcome these challenges alone. After all, nobody can carry the weight of a lifetime on their own. I would also like to comment on the gameplay that's part of this collection. You aid the Hallgardeners by moving in-world objects and even playing musical pieces. Each new step of the collection came with a small surprise. Nothing major, of course, but still, more than simply pressing F. After helping the Hallgardeners, we are contacted by a spirit known as Karina, Lila's lost lover.
Always love hearing the latest scuttlebutt.
Come back to me. In the sea. Please?
She wishes for us to return to her watery grave, and since we are a hero and all that, we comply. Once again offshore, we find Karina's spirit. She asks us to bring her to Lila. However, on her own she is unable to remain visible so far from her final resting place. Thus, she possesses our character in order to make the journey.
Lila, she is so close. Bring me to her, please. She needs me one last time.
We return to Lila, and Karina reappears.
Karina, how are you here?
Oh, love, I only have a minute. Listen to me. Truly listen. I chose my path. This isn't your burden to carry. This grief is consuming you. Know that I'm at peace. Enjoy life. Remember me. But move on. Find happiness. I love you.
I will try. I can't make any promises, okay? But I'm happy you're at peace. I love you, Rena. Goodbye.
With this, Lila can finally find closure, knowing her lover's death was never to be decided by Lila's own actions or decisions. The collection concludes with us informing Amy May that we have done what we could to aid the grieving Hull Gardeners, and we are rewarded with a mastery point.
Just
Sure
one
did.
more confirmation
Not
of how
often
great
someone
I
truly
am.
cares about helping and wants nothing in return. Heart of gold under that armor.
I spoke briefly about grief just a minute ago, and I tried to live by words my father said to me. The time we have together, be it with animals or humans, that is the time we have. And when it's over, it's over. To me, this simple way of viewing things has always felt comforting. It both implies that time is short and thus valuable, and at the same time, death and loss is inevitable, and we are often powerless to stop it. I hope you have enjoyed this short video, and that we'll see each other again soon. Hi again, I just wanted to say a few words before ending the video, just like last time. No, this is not official episode 3, and once again the scope of that video has increased, and it is actually for a very simple reason. The current story of Visions of Eternity is actually adding to that episode. And as a result, I have decided to kind of halt the work on that episode and instead kind of finish it when we have all of the pieces. On a different and very much more exciting note, ArenaNet really seemed to be getting ready for a big announcement at Summer Games Fest, which coincidentally is today. Now, obviously, I personally will be watching, and we'll see how it will affect the content of this channel, since I am mainly focused on collections and achievement stuff. Once again, thank you for watching, and as I said before, hopefully we'll see each other again real soon.